Hey guys, this is the last video assignment that I have to do for Chemistry 361 summer session with Dr. Mullins. Our assignment this time was to take an aspect that we learned about in the 6 weeks that we were in lecture and basically explain that again and how it had to deal with everything that we've been taught about in organic. Now, one of the biggest fundamental things that I learned in Organic Chemistry 1 is the use of functional groups and how those come into plays with names, with identification in IR spectrum, and so many different things come from just knowing the functional groups. If you don't know what you're looking at, how are you supposed to know what it's supposed to do? How are you supposed to know what it's supposed to react with, or how its electronegativity, or even the electron cloud is built up? There's so many different things go into what you're looking at. And so I have a poster from Compound Chem, an infograph, if you will, of some of the main important functional groups. So let's go ahead and get into that. So here we have a big old poster, and I apologize, it is on my laptop, of functional groups. These are a lot of big functional groups that we've studied throughout Organic Chemistry 1 and how they've come into play with IR spectrums, HNMR, different substitution reactions, naming of compounds, which is absolutely critical in organic. So if we look here, we have alkanes and we have alkenes and we have alkynes, and those are all dealing with carbon-to-carbon bonds. Alkanes are single carbon bonding, alkenes are double carbon bond or carbon double bonding, and alkynes are carbon triple bonding. And it goes into so much detail when you're naming something as simple as something as simple as hexene. Hexene is 6 carbons chained together. Well, you hear the E, that tells you that there's an alkene present. Now, where that alkene is present, you'd locate a number on it. It's just something as crazy and similar, or as crazy as that. Going into alcohols and things of that nature. We learned in our second unit about IR spectroscopy and how an alcohol has such a big and wide bend in an IR spectrum, and seeing that big wide bend lets us know that there is a functional group of an alcohol present. And when we know that there's a functional group of an alcohol present, though it's hard to know how many we have, it lets us know that, hey, there is an alcohol present. We are dealing with that functional group. So that functional group is going to be somewhere located in that molecular compound. And on and on and on we go. We can go into so much detail and so many different aspects about all of these different functional groups and what all they do and what all they stand for. But honestly, we just don't have enough time for that. So, like I said, this is a big old infograph of the functional groups in organic chemistry. From day one, we needed to know these functional groups, and from the end of Organic Chemistry 2, they are going to be in play for us. They are going to be what's constantly coming about, and we have to fully understand what we're looking at and what we're dealing with before we can go any further in organic chemistry. So finally, after all of that, we've done 5 videos. I hope they've helped. 6 weeks strong, 4 days a week in organic chemistry. I will say it takes a toll on you, but I do want to thank Dr. Mullins for 6 weeks of instruction, 6 weeks of putting up with the 13 students that ventured into organic chemistry. It's been a long road. We have more to conquer as we move on to Organic 2, but Dr. Mullins, I do want to say thank you. Once again, if you have any other questions or any other concerns, please feel free to message them down below. This class has been difficult. This class has been very, very challenging, with 2 labs a week and a lot of lab reports and studying for the exams that just seem to never end, and the calculations of grades coming up. It was a lot of work, but we did it and we pushed through it. So Dr. Mullins, once again, thank you, and I look forward to seeing the rest of you guys in Organic Chemistry 2 this summer and a weekend. All right, y'all take care.